Welcome to the MLS Show. It is the news roundup. I apologise the fact that I haven't got a nice snazzy stadium behind me like I had for last week's one. It's purely a time issue this week. It's me, Baz. I'm back with all of the news from the last 7 days in MLS. So let's kick off straight away with the salaries of MLS were released this week. And basically I've got some stuff here. The biggest thing was that Kaka and Giovinco separately earn more than 14 other MLS sides. Incredible, really incredible. Frank Lampard is the highest earning soccer player across New York City and New York Red Bulls. What does it say about that? It's, we all know that MLS is basically, it's all about parity and everything else. The DPs, of course, a different kettle of fish, aren't they? I think the salary, the lowest based MLS salary has gone up, I think, from something like $36,000 a year to $60,000 a year. So it's good that that's increased, obviously, for the players at the lower end of the market. It's when you look at it in isolation, it is a top heavy market towards the stars. We've got something like the top 25 players earn 45% of the money in MLS. But, what can you do? What can you do about that at the moment? It's about trying to maybe increase the DPs, 3, 4, 5, but it's going to be the same problem, isn't it? It's a money issue like it is. I love the fact that it isn't, there's not 18, 20 players on the kind of money that Giovinco is, like it is in England. For too long it's been the players just get everything from a young age, and I don't think it enhances the league. However, there has got to be a point in the league where the lower base money moves up again. $60,000, yes, but that's got to go up again, and so you can get players in, good players, good levels. You can get them in on good contracts, because if you can start attracting more and more players, without having to spend ridiculous amounts of money, then the quality of the league continues to rise. But anyway, that's just my opinion on it. Let me know what you think on the MLS salaries below. I'm quite sure there'll be a few comments on Frank Lampard and his worth so far this season in MLS. Okay, moving on, a bit of injury news. Jozy will miss 6 to 8 weeks after pulling his hamstring against Vancouver last week. Jozy it's one of he just can't seem to get going, can he? For Toronto, he at times last year he was really good. He had some good form. Him and Giovinco were excellent. He's been a slow burner this year. He's come back. He got into the side, scored a goal, and the hamstring's gone again. And I suppose Toronto fans will probably be thinking, is he worth a DP slot? Is he worth not just either being able to downgrade him to a normal, to a lower wage, or do we trade him? Do we move him on? He's got something out the door. He's not fantastic, don't get me wrong, but he's got something, but it's a case of if he keeps picking up these injuries and isn't out on the pitch for Toronto, what can they do? But, we wish him a speedy recovery, obviously, because we want to see the best players fit in MLS. Okay, moving on to a new arrival in Major League Soccer. Ex-Everton goalkeeper now, Tim Howard, played his last game at Goodison Park last week. I was there. Tim got the Guard of Honour from the Everton side as he came out. He kept the clean sheet in at a 3-0 win for Everton. He made couple of good saves as well that day. I think he'll be a great addition for Colorado Rapids. It's the right thing. It's the right time for Tim to come back to Major League Soccer now. He's been an excellent servant for Everton. In the first 8.5 years at Everton, he was excellent. Really, really good goalkeeper. Got the odd mistake in him, but you know what? So have most goalkeepers. Since then, the last 18 months, he's not been so good, but the manager didn't help him at Everton in that, in terms of that. If he'd have taken him out and given him a blow, we'd have probably seen a much sharper Tim Howard. I don't think it's good for anybody to be guaranteed your place no matter what happens. I think you lose your edge, and I think that's what happened to Tim at Everton. But, you got a fantastic send-off from Evertonians at Goodison Park last week. He was very emotional. He's been said it's been his home for 10 years. It has. But I think Colorado were getting A motivated Tim Howard. I still think he's got a lot to offer. I think he'll be great for Colorado, who are having a brilliant season anyway this year. And I'm really, really interested to see how he does. I think he'll be great. It's a new challenge for him. Fresh side, they're doing really well. They are doing really, really well. I think he'll be brilliant. So look out for Tim Howard coming into MLS, because I think he'll do really well. Again, raises the profile of the league as well. So good luck, Tim, in your new career with Colorado Rapids. Okay, moving on to I'll race through these quick transfer news. Chicago Fire, Paul Tenorio reported this a few weeks ago, but Michael Deleu from FC Groningen, a Dutch forward, has signed for Chicago Fire, except at the moment Chicago missed the deadline, so he's not going to be available until July. Portland Timbers have signed Amobi Akugo. He's been, getting ready, trying to get in there. He played for Orlando City last year. He has come in there. Columbus Crew have signed on loan Panamanian midfielder Christian Martinez. So, he looks like, the only thing is another midfield player for Columbus Crew. Kai Kamara's just gone out. But, this is that's a bit of a strange one for me. They've signed that. I would have thought they'd have chased another striker. I know they've got the other Kamara who can play up there now. They've got Finley and Higuain, who can play up there. But, he's a good player, I believe, Christian Martinez. We'll have to see, but another midfield player. Lucas Ladero, who is 27. He's an attacking midfield player from Uruguay, Boca Juniors in Argentina, and he is in talks with Montreal Impact and Seattle. Now, he's a highly, highly rated midfield player, is Ladero. And, if either Seattle or Montreal could get him in, this would be the kind of player that MLS aspires to sign. He's 27, a good age. He's very, very highly rated. He's played really well for Boca Juniors. So, he's also been he's played in the Uruguay side with Luis Suarez. He won the Copa America in 2011, was in their World Cup squad 2010. So, it's going to be an interesting one. Keep your eyes out for that one. News from around Europe. Bobby Wood has signed for Hamburg in the Bundesliga. He's been doing well for the United men's national team lately, and he has earned a signing on a 4-year deal to Hamburg. So it's an interesting one. And the other one I spoke about, I think it was last week when we spoke about DeAndre Yedlin. Sunderland are now trying to make Yedlin's transfer permanent. I believe there's 2 or 3 other English clubs looking at him as well. So that's an interesting one, because I felt as though he'd stuttered a little bit at Sunderland. He got in and he was all over the place. I remember seeing him at Goodison when Everton won 6-2 against Sunderland earlier in the season. Yedlin was all over the place, but he definitely got better and better as it went on. And in the game up at the Stadium of Light a couple of weeks ago when they beat Everton 3-0, he was excellent that night. Much better positionally. It's like he's finding his feet. So it'll be interesting to see whether anybody actually takes the punch and whether Spurs will actually allow him to go out the door. I think they will, because they've got Kieran Trippier. I called him David Trippier last week for some reason. Kieran Trippier and Kyle Walker, who are both ahead of Yedlin and Spurs. So it'll be interesting whether they let him go. I've already said about Tommy McNamara interest in the Republic of Ireland. But Patrick Vieira's come out this week and said that he could easily play in the Premier League. Bournemouth and Middlesbrough have been linked with McNamara, and Patrick Vieira said he's a very smart player, he's got good feet, makes good decisions. So, McNamara may be about to get a move into the Premier League, the Barclays Premier League, with Borough or Bournemouth. You'll have to keep watching this space to see whether that happens. Okay, more news for New York City. Depending on when this video is edited and put out, Frank Lampard is fit to play in the New York derby today when I'm recording it. It might have already happened when you have watched this video. So if he did play, what was he like? Let me know in the comment section below. Frank has been sightseeing, doing everything else, hasn't been playing for New York City, that's for sure. How do you feel about him? Do you want him out the door? Are you prepared to give him a chance? I actually think if Lampard can stay fit, he's a massive addition to New York City, just with his goals from midfield. Can he stay fit? That is the $1,000,000 question, isn't it? But Patrick Vieira said he's fit and ready to go into that derby, so I'll be watching that in a short while as well. So let's see how Frank does. A quick bit of international news. Tsubasa Endo, the Toronto forward who scored his first MLS goal recently, has had a phone call from the Japanese FA telling him that they are monitoring him. They're going to keep a close eye on him, and he may be about to receive an international call-up. Great news for Endo himself. Good news for MLS as well, that these international countries are taking, sitting up and looking at what's going on. And again, the more, someone like an international player, Japan, the Asian markets see that MLS is growing as well. We've got players who are playing in it. I think that's great. It's great for the brand of MLS. We want it in all four corners of the globe, don't we? So good luck to Tsubasa Endo on hopefully getting called up to the Japan squad. Some news, USL news now. FC Cincinnati, I said last week that they were hoping to attract 25,000 against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. They got 23,375, so they were just a little bit short of it. But what an incredible attendance for a USL side. Unbelievable, 23,000, absolutely fantastic. And their star goalkeeper, Mitch Hildebrand, what a name, by the way. He got a clean sheet. And apparently there's a little takeaway from this, that the official Cincinnati account on Twitter, as well as their own fans, use the hashtag whenever Mitch makes a save, saying hashtag Mitch says no. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to hashtag Mitch says no. Well done to Mitch Hildebrand, and well done to FC Cincinnati. Absolutely brilliant effort. 23,375 fans. Fantastic, Cincinnati. Keep it up. Staying with the USL, Nashville have been awarded a USL franchise, which is really good news. The Tennessee area hotbed for soccer, apparently it's really growing a lot there. We've seen the scenes at Chattanooga, the crowds and everything else that gets, the following they get. And Nashville is the latest one, and it should be interesting, really. If that is a hotbed, a growing hotbed, it's fantastic to get these teams bubbling under down in USL. Excuse me. The current owners of Nashville FC, who play in the NPSL, are apparently going to be involved in this. I'm not sure whether that Nashville FC, whether they'll become the franchise or whether it'll be a new franchise. Who knows, but we'll have to be watching that. But that is good news for the people of Tennessee, that Nashville have been awarded a new USL franchise. Okay, big bit of news involving San Jose Earthquakes. Chris Wondolowski has signed a new multi-year contract. Looks like a 4-year contract. Great news for San Jose. Great news for Wondo. He's been scoring goals for fun again this season. And that's really positive, isn't it? You need that kind of goal scorer. I've got, loads of admiration for Wondolowski. I think you give him a chance in the penalty area, 9 times out of 10 he will hit the target and invariably score goals. And if you've got that focal point at the top end of the pitch, you can do damage. Dominic Kinnear, I'm sure, will be delighted that Chris Wondolowski has signed a new long-term contract with San Jose Earthquakes. Okay, finally, to all you people that watch the MLS show, if you haven't got a Twitter account, just create one. Create one and follow us. It's dead easy. We are at the MLS Show on Twitter. Just create one. It takes 30 seconds or something to create one. And then you won't miss any of our alerts. We've also got a prediction league, which is about to go into its second season, the way it's done. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm a bit rubbish at it, to be honest with you. But I'm just reading the stuff off now. We've got 55 people that are in so far. We've still got some slots available. But you know what we haven't got? We don't have an LA Galaxy fan playing it. We don't have a New England Revolution fan playing it. We don't have a Dallas fan. We don't have Toronto. We don't have Montreal. And we don't have Philly. Every other club is represented. Where are you? Where are you, Galaxy fans? Where are you, Montreal, Toronto, Dallas? Who else did I say? Revs, Philadelphia Union fans. Where are you? If you are those people that are watching this video, you don't have a Twitter account, make a Twitter account. Follow us. Join the Prediction League. It's a bit of a laugh. It's fun, honestly. Get involved. Please, just do it. That's all I've got, really. I'm going to leave you with the updated league tables. This league table is after Philadelphia Union's victory over DC United last night. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. If you're not a Twitterer, do it now. Make your account, follow us. Give us a like on Facebook. Tell your mates, spread the word. Thanks for watching. I've been Baz. I'll catch you next time on the MLS Show. It is a top-heavy market towards, the stars. We've got something like the top 25 players earn 45% of the money in MLS. But, what can you do? What can you do about that at the moment? It's about trying to maybe increase the DPs, 3, 4, 5, but it's going to be the same problem, isn't it? It's a money issue like it is. I love the fact that it isn't, there's not 18, 20 players on the kind of money that Giovinco is, like it is in England. For too long it's been the players just get everything from a young age, and I don't think it enhances the league. However, there has got to be a point in the league where the lower base money moves up again. $60,000, yes, but that's got to go up again, and so you can get players in, good players, good levels. You can get them in on good contracts, because if you can start attracting more and more players, without having to spend ridiculous amounts of money, then the quality of the league continues to rise. But anyway, that's just my opinion on it. Let me know what you think on the MLS salaries below. I'm quite sure there'll be a few comments on Frank Lampard and his worth so far this season in MLS. Okay. Welcome to the MLS Show. It is the news roundup. I apologise the fact that I haven't got a nice snazzy stadium behind me like I had for last week's one. It's purely a time issue this week. It's me, Baz. I'm back with all of the news from the last 7 days in MLS. So let's kick off straight away with the salaries of MLS were released this week. And basically I've got some stuff here. The biggest thing was that Kaka and Giovinco separately earn more than 14 other MLS sides. Incredible, really incredible. Frank Lampard is the highest earning soccer player across New York City and New York Red Bulls. What does it say about that? It's, we all know that MLS is basically, it's all about parity and everything else. The DPs, of course, are a different kettle of fish, aren't they? I think the salary, the lowest based MLS salary has gone up, I think, from something like $36,000 a year to $60,000 a year. So it's good that that's increased, obviously, for the players at the lower end of the market. It's when you look at it in isolation. Okay, moving on, a bit of injury news. Jozy Altidore will miss 6 to 8 weeks after pulling his hamstring against Vancouver last week. Jozy he just can't seem to get going, can he? For Toronto, he at times last year he was really good. He had some good form. Him and Giovinco were excellent. He's been a slow burner this year. He's come back. He got into the side, scored a goal, and the hamstring's gone again. And I suppose Toronto fans will probably be thinking, is he worth a DP slot? Is he worth not just either being able to